In the grand halls of Regarden Magical Academy, students gather with bated breath, awaiting their credit results. The air is thick with tension as an announcement echoes through the corridors. Of the 12,000 total credits available at the Academy, 7,200 is the number required for a student to advance to the Upper Institute, an absolute condition for becoming a Magia Vander. One by one, names are called out. Sion Ulster passes with an impressive 9,889 credits, his face showing a mix of relief and pride. Let Loire manages to scrape by with 7,340 credits, just enough to advance. The excitement builds as the top students are announced. Lihanna Owenzos leads the pack with a staggering 10,100 credits, her elegant demeanor betraying no emotion. Wignall Lindor follows closely with 10,075 credits, a slight smile playing on his lips. Then comes Julius Reinberg. With a casual wave of his hand, he freezes the surrounding area, creating a spectacle of ice crystals in the air. Proctor, unfazed by this display, declares Julius passed with 10,048 credits. The crowd murmurs in awe at the magical prowess of these top 3 students. Julius, exuding confidence, turns to Lihanna and Wignall. "I'll declare my intent for war now," he announces with a smirk. "With my newly acquired secret method, this time I will defeat the both of you." Lihanna raises an eyebrow, while Wignall nods, both accepting his challenge without word. The air crackles with the promise of future magical battles. As the crowd disperses, we're introduced to Will Serfort, standing apart from the others. His credits are announced, a mere 5,405. Will's face falls as he realizes he's far from the required amount to even graduate. As he contemplates his situation, Julius passes by and rudely dismisses him. "Could you please not show yourself in my presence?" Julius sneers, voice dripping with disdain. Will shrinks back, feeling the weight of his inadequacy. The scene shifts to a classroom where students chatter excitedly about the upcoming Grand Magic Festival. They explain that it's a biennial event held by Regarden Magical Academy, featuring various magical competitions. "What are the odds of winning this year's sky race?" one student asks. Another replies, "I've already given up on that. I'm focused on the duel." As they talk, it becomes clear that the festival is more than just a competition. It's a chance for students to showcase their abilities to scouts from different magical factions. The rumor is that the elf faction is prioritizing those who rank highly in magic craft. A student whispers conspiratorially. Will's friend, Colette, overhears these conversations and approaches Will. "If you entered as you are now, Will, I think it would change the way people see you," she says supportively. However, Will hesitates, his eyes clouding with memory. In a flashback, we see a younger Will during his second year, standing in an arena. He attempts a spell, but it backfires spectacularly. The crowd jeers, calling for his disqualification. "That year, I stood out for all the wrong reasons," the present-day Will says, his voice tinged with regret. Despite Will's reluctance, Colette persists in her encouragement. As they walk through the academy grounds discussing the festival, Colette suddenly stops. Her brow furrows as she senses something amiss near the school lockers. "It's well hidden, but a barrier's been cast here," she explains to a puzzled Will. With the help of Kiki, Will's familiar, they manage to break through the barrier, revealing a hidden stairway. Curiosity piqued, they descend into a secret underground room. To their surprise, they find an illegal gambling ring in full swing. Students crowd around, placing bets on the festival outcome. "Now step right up. Who will win each event at the Grand Magic Festival?" A voice calls out above the din.
Hey there, fellow. I hope you're enjoying this video so far. I wanted to take a quick moment to ask you what you think of this video so far. If you're liking it, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, now's the perfect time to do it. By subscribing, you'll stay up to date on all my latest videos and updates, and you'll get to see even more awesome content. So what are you waiting for? Subscribe. Thanks for watching.
Will and Colette watch in disbelief as students eagerly place bets on Julius, Wignall, and Lihanna. The atmosphere is electric with excitement and the thrill of forbidden activity. They overhear snippets of conversation about the betting odds and the fierce competition between the top 3 students. As evening falls, we follow Will to his part-time job at Gina's Tavern in the dwarven district of Slumland Street. The tavern is a stark contrast to the polished halls of the academy. It's a lively, warm place filled with the hearty laughter of dwarves and the clinking of mugs. Will moves efficiently between tables, serving drinks and food with a friendly smile. As Will works, we overhear a conversation between two patrons. Newspaper delivery in the mornings, student during the day, then waiting tables for Gina at night. One says, watching Will, "That boy's got grit, working so hard to pay for his tuition." The jovial atmosphere is abruptly shattered when Julius and his friends stumble in, clearly intoxicated. Julius's face contorts in disgust as he looks around. "What sort of vulgar tavern is this?" he exclaims loudly. His eyes land on a plate of food, and his sneer deepens. Even out in the countryside, they can serve up better food than this. The dwarven patrons fall silent, their expressions a mix of anger and resignation. It's clear this isn't the first time they've faced such prejudice. Julius continues his tirade, his voice getting louder. More than anything else, it reeks. Difficult to endure the stench of sweat. "Hurry up and get out of our country." Will, who has been watching this unfold with growing anger, can no longer contain himself. Steps forward, his voice ringing out clearly in the tense silence. "I want you to take back those insults," he demands, facing Julius squarely. Julius looks at Will with a mixture of surprise and contempt. "What did you say?" he asks, voice dangerously low. Undeterred, Will continues, his passion evident in every word. "The dwarves' beans, grown from barren soil, are the culmination of the dwarves' wisdom." Exclaim. "The dwarves' sweat is proof of their earnest toil under the harshest conditions. They are not things which should ever be sneered at." The tavern is dead silent now, all eyes on Will and Julius. Julius's face contorts with rage at being challenged by someone he considers far beneath him. "Don't get any ideas, no talent," spits out. Then, a cruel smile spreads across his face. "I've changed my mind. Encasing you in ice here won't be enough to appease me." Julius's next words fall like a hammer blow. "Enter the Grand Magic Festival. No talent. I will humiliate you in front of all of those spectators." His eyes flash with malicious intent. "I will win and remove any space for you to belong within the academy." The other patrons gasp, knowing full well the gulf in magical ability between Julius and Will. Colette, who has been watching from the side, steps forward, worry etched on her face. "Wait, Will," she calls out, but it's too late. Will, standing tall despite the fear visible in his eyes, nods. "All right, I'll enter," he says, his voice steady. Then, gathering his courage, he adds his own condition. "If I win, please apologize to Mr. Donnan and the others."